The old Primal Screen website is probably still one of the coolest studio websites I've seen to date. And I say old because this was actually replaced back in 2023 with a more modern look, but then it was reverted back to this version that you're seeing now once the company closed down last year in 2024. So this version here will live on forever as Primal Screen's project archive, and I'm just so happy I got to be a part of this. With all that being said, this redesign happened back in 2021 when I was working at Primal. Though I didn't fully build this website from the ground up initially, I was put in charge of completely porting it over from an old custom CMS that they'd made back in the early 2010s. In addition to, adding a few new features and implementing more modern designs as well, of course. But overall, the bulk of the work really was in just taking the vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, jQuery, all that, from the 2010 site and essentially converting it all into Twig code and PHP in order to work with a new Craft CMS. This gallery page and all the projects are pulling from a MySQL database, so this load more button was actually one of the many features on this site, making calls to the back end to retrieve more data. This was probably the most experience I had working with the database, and I ended up having to build out some PHP functions to query the proper projects for each gallery page here, so that was pretty cool to dip my toes into the back-end development for the first time. But one of the coolest parts about this website reboot to me was in the new project pages. Together with the lead developer at the time, we created a robust back-end system so that the artists and designers could go into the CMS and essentially build out each project's page like this. This allowed for each page's design to be completely customized using different building blocks, such as these sort of half-page blocks, videos, images, full-page blocks. So this was really cool because instead of, having a designer give us the designs in something like Figma or Illustrator and having us recreate them, they could simply just go into the system and do it themselves. Saved everyone a lot of time going forward with each new project that came out for Primal. Some were just as simple as this title and block of text, but for example, this one had multiple videos associated with it, so it had this neat little video player to go along with it as well. And that was pretty cool. Because Primal Screen shut down mid-2024, the full site is unfortunately no longer available to explore, so this video is missing other pages that took up a considerable amount of time during this project's launch, but you can still check out all the projects as a sort of archive going up until 2023. Overall, this was a huge learning experience and set me up to be able to build out websites and custom CMSs going forward. Thank you for watching.